Hello, my dear 10 students. I am with this video that explains about very important concept of the chapter carbon and its compounds, that is nomenclature of carbon compounds. What is the meaning of nomenclature? How the nomenclature done for compounds? Let us try to understand. But before that, what and all we have discussed in the previous videos related to that, I have brought you few questionnaires. So let us try to answer those questionnaires and then we'll move to the very important concept of the chapter, that is nomenclature. Question time. Let us go for the questions based on the concepts that you have discussed in the previous videos. What do you mean by homologous series? List down their properties. We have discussed what is homologous series, right? List down their properties. We have discussed 4 to 5 properties in the previous video. Those properties you need to list down. It's nothing but series of organic compound or carbon compound that have same functional group replacing hydrogen, right? That's homologous series, and their properties you need to list down. Explain isomerism with an example. What do you mean by isomerism? Write an example for isomers. Like you can take butane and write its isomer, which is 2 in number, or you can take pentane and write its isomer, which is 3 in number. Moving ahead, write the isomers of pentane. Then comes another question, isomers of pentane. In case of pentane, it will be 3 isomers. I have drawn you and shown in the previous video. If you have not seen, please watch the video to know about isomers of pentane. Define functional group. What is functional group? You need to define it. Identify the functional group given below. I have given few functional groups. You need to identify which is that. First one, CHO. C double bond O, single bond H. CHO. What is this? Next comes COOH. C double bond O, single bond OH. COOH. Which is that functional group? Try to identify that. Write next two homologs of, I have given first one member of a homologous series. You should write next two homologs. That means for a given carbon compound, you need to add CH2. Then you will get next one homolog. Next two, for the got homolog, you need to add again CH2. So CH3, CHO. Next homolog you need to write. Second one, HCOOH. Add CH2 to this and get two homologs. Okay, this is actually one of the important questions that will be asked in your examination. Now, moving to very important concept of the chapter, nomenclature, which may be little confusing, but if you understand the concept and practice more compounds, then it will be easy for you. I'm here to make it easier with lot many examples so that you can answer it better in the examination. Nomenclature. What is nomenclature? Nomenclature is nothing but naming of organic compound. That's called as nomenclature. Nomen means name. Clature means calling. If we want to call some organic compound or anyone for that matter, we call it with a name, right? So that's called as nomenclature. Nomenclature is used even in biology. In chapter diversity in living organism in 9th standard, we have discussed in the last concept how naming is done for living organisms. Here our discussion is for organic compounds. For naming of organic compounds, we have an organization that is associated with rules that is set for nomenclature. Okay, that's called as IUPAC, International Union for Pure and Applied Chemistry. International Union for Pure and Applied Chemistry. Okay, so this IUPAC takes care of what are the rules of nomenclature and how organic compound has to be named. So we call those names given by following the rules are called as IUPAC name. It's also called as IUPAC name or chemical name ಅಂತನೂ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. So moving ahead, let us try to know ಏನೇನ್ rules ಇದೆ ಹಾಗಾದ್ರೆ. ನಾವು ಮನೇಲಿ ಏನಾದ್ರೂ ಹೊಸದಾಗಿ ಮಗು ಹುಟ್ಟಿದ್ರೆ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಅಪ್ಪನ ಹೆಸರು ಅರ್ಧ ಅಮ್ಮನ ಹೆಸರು ಅರ್ಧ ಸೇರ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಹೆಸರಿಡ್ತೀವಿ ಹೌದಲ್ಲ. ಅಥವಾ ಕೆಲವ್ರು ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ಜಾತಕ ನೋಡ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಅದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವ ಲೆಟರ್ ಬಂದಿದೆ ಅದ್ರ ಬೇಸಿಸ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಹೆಸರಿಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಬಟ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕೆಮಿಕಲ್ ಕಾಂಪೌಂಡ್ಗೆ ಯಾವ್ಯಾವುದೋ ಹೆಸರನ್ನ ಇಡೋಕ್ ಬರಲ್ಲ. ಹಾಗಿಟ್ರೆ ಅದನ್ನ ವರ್ನಾಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ನೇಮ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. ದಟ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಕಾಮನ್ ನೇಮ್. ಬಟ್ ಆಲ್ ಓವರ್ ದ ವರ್ಲ್ಡ್ ಸೇಮ್ ನೇಮ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡಿಂಗ್ ಬಿಕಮ್ ಮಚ್ ಬೆಟರ್. ಫಾರ್ that we go for rules of nomenclature. If certain rules are set, then naming of organic compound become common throughout the world. So let us know which are the rules that has to be followed for naming the organic compounds. So, coming to the rules given by IUPAC, first one, identify the number of carbon atoms in the compound. When any carbon compound is given, first we should find the number of carbon compounds. Dear children, here I will tell you the rules first. Then we'll go with the examples. Then it becomes easy for you. Okay? But you need not by heart the rules. You should understand the rules. Why I am telling you need not by heart is in the exam they will not ask you to write the rules. Based on this understanding of your rules, we should give name to the organic compound. That's why I'm I'm telling you with clear-cut information that you need not by heart it. Just you try to understand. Identify number of carbon compounds in the carbon atoms in a compound. ಎಷ್ಟಿದೆ ಒಂದು ಕಾರ್ಬನ್ ಆಟಮ್ ಇದೆಯೋ 2 ಇದೆಯೋ 6 ಇದೆಯೋ that you need to count and identify. Then based on that you should start naming. Then comes find out any functional group is present in the compound. If any functional group that is like halogens, chlorine, bromine, iodine, fluorine, or alcohol, OH, or aldehyde, CHO, or carboxylic acid, COOH, or CO, that is ketone. If any of these 5 functional groups, if it is present, we need to identify that. And if it is present, use suffix or prefix based on the functional group that's present. So, ಯಾವುದಕ್ಕೆ suffix ಹಾಕಬೇಕು ಯಾವುದಕ್ಕೆ prefix ಹಾಕಬೇಕು that I'll tell you shortly. 5 functional groups ನೆನಪಿಟ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರೆ ಸಾಕು. Next, in case suffix is there, you need to add the suffix. If the suffix begins with an OL, then modify the name of the compound by deleting the final E, then add suffix. Andre, I'll try to explain you with an example. For example, there is a carbon compound with OH. With OH. OH is for alcohol, right? OH is alcohol. When alcohol is there, we use the suffix of OL. Suffix of OL is used. Okay, last ಅಲ್ಲಿ suffix ಅಂದ್ರೆ last ಅಲ್ಲಿ add ಮಾಡೋದು. Prefix ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಹೆಸರಿನ before add ಮಾಡೋದು. So OL ಅನ್ನೋ suffix ಅನ್ನ ಹಾಕಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ. For example, given compound is CH3CH2OH. Okay, na? CH3CH2OH ಅಂತ ಇದೆ ಅಂತ ಇಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋಣ. So here, how many carbon atoms are there? 2 carbon atoms are there. So, if the carbon atom is 2 in number, its name starts with E. E ಅಂತ ಶುರುವಾಗುತ್ತೆ. Okay, so CH3CH2OH ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ there is no double bond between carbon atoms. If double bond is not there, then its name will be ethane. Okay, plus there is a functional group and that functional group is OH, alcohol, which will be added as a suffix OL. So OL. When I'm writing the final name of the compound CH3CH2OH, I should take this third rule. If the suffix begins with an OL, here suffix OL is beginning with an Oval only. Oval means A-E-I-O-U. Alva? So A-E-I-O-U. O is that. It is beginning with the oval. So modify the name of the compound by deleting the final E. Alkane alliro final E na ತೆಗಿಬೇಕು, then add the suffix. So ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ? It becomes ethanol. E I have removed, OL I have added. What I have done? I have removed this E, okay? I have added OL. So oval means it is AEIOU. ಗೊತ್ತಲ್ವಾ ನಿಮಗೆ? AEIOU. From your English knowledge, you know that these are ovals. When it starts with ovals, then we need to remove the E from the name and we need to add OL. Okay. So these are simple rules that you need to remember. Aim madbeku, first to count the number of carbon compounds. Second, once you have counted, you will be able to write the name which is called as parent name. ಅದನ್ನ ನಾನು ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಹೋಗ್ತೀನಿ. Then find out the functional groups. Functional group ಯಾವ್ದಿದೆ ನೋಡ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಸಫಿಕ್ಸ್ ಪ್ರಿಫಿಕ್ಸ್ ನೋಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ನೋಡ್ಕೊಂಡ್ಮೇಲೆ ಇಫ್ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಸಫಿಕ್ಸ್, ಅದು ಏನಾದ್ರೂ ಓವೆಲ್ ಇಂದ ಶುರುವಾದ್ರೆ ಹಿಂದಿನ ಈ ನ ತೆಗಿರಿ, then you add the name. Okay, it is very simple. So let us know with an examples. ಎಷ್ಟು ಕಾರ್ಬನ್ ಇದ್ರೆ ಏನ್ ಹೆಸರು ಅದನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ನೋಡೋಣ ಶಾರ್ಟ್ಲಿ. Yeah, if carbon chain is saturated, andre alkane idre, sorry, if the carbon chain is saturated, then definitely we'll give the name as alkane alva. Saturated idre alkane. Avaga ನಾವು ಏನಿಂದ end ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. This I have already discussed in the previous video. If it is unsaturated and double bond is there, then we'll go for ene. Unsaturated and double bond, ene ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. If it is triple bond, then we'll add I in the place of A. Got it? This is the last rule for naming of organic compounds based on IUPAC rule. Now, moving ahead. Yeah, here is a carbon compound given. So, looking at that carbon compound, you should be able to name it. But here they have not given in terms of skeletal structure. They have given 3D diagram of an organic compound. So which is carbon, which is hydrogen? Here I am giving blue color circles represent carbon and gray color represent hydrogen atoms. So first what you need to do, count the number of carbon atoms. Identify number of carbon atoms. If you are able to count here, it's 1, right? 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 carbon atoms are there. So if the 6 carbon atoms are there, okay, then that's called as hexane. 6 carbon atom ಇದ್ರೆ ಇದನ್ನ hex ಅಂತ ಶುರು ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. hex ಅಂತ ಶುರು ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. Okay, then carbon atoms 6 ಇದೆ, ಗೊತ್ತಾಯ್ತು ನಮಗೆ. Then rule, second rule, identify functional group. ಯಾವುದಾದ್ರೂ functional group ಇದೆಯಾ? ಲೈಕ್ ಗ್ರೇ ಕಲರ್ ಆಟಮ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲದು ಹೈಡ್ರೋಜನ್, ಅದು ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಬೇರೆ ಕಲರ್ ಆಟಮ್ಸ್ ಯಾವ್ದಾದ್ರು ಕಾಣಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದೆಯಾ? ನೋ. So there is no functional group. Then identify number of bonds between carbon atoms. Carbon atoms madhye here one bond, here one bond, here one bond, here one bond, here one bond. Andre carbon atoms madhye there is always single bond. If there is single bond, then ಏನ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು? If there is single bond, what it is called as? Then if it is single bond, it should be called as ane. It should be called as ane. So what's the name of this particular carbon compound? Its name is hexane. Because 6 carbon atoms are there and single bond between the carbon atom, no functional group, so it is hexane. ಗೊತ್ತಾಯ್ತಾ ಮಕ್ಕಳೇ? So let's move ahead for another example. But before that, if one carbon atom is there, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಏನಂತೀವಿ ಅದನ್ನ ನೋಡೋಣ. Here I am giving a easy mnemonics that I have learned from my colleague. Okay, so easy mnemonic to remember carbon atoms, number of carbon atoms with the names. Monkey eats peeled bananas. Monkey eats peeled bananas. So if one carbon atom is there, then its name starts with me. If two carbon is there, its name starts with E, eats, eat. If three carbon atoms are there, peeled, P, it starts with pro. If four carbon atoms are there, it starts with B, but, bute. Bute ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ, ಬಟ್ ಅಂತ ಓದಲ್ಲ, ಬ್ಯೂಟ್ ಅಂತ ಓದ್ತೀವಿ. Okay, I'll add one more. If five carbon atoms are there, its name starts with five carbon atom, its name starts with pent. And if six is there, if six is there, six carbon atom, its name starts with hex. Okay, ಇಷ್ಟನ್ನ ನೆನ್ಪಿಟ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರೆ ಸಾಕು. ಓಕೆ, ನಾನು ಇದನ್ನ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಪ್ರೀವಿಯಸ್ ವಿಡಿಯೋದಲ್ಲಿ ತೋರಿಸಿದ್ದೆ ಹೆಕ್ಸೇನ್ ಹೆಪ್ಟೇನ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಹೇಗಿರುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ. ಸೊ ಒನ್ ಕಾರ್ಬನ್ ಆಟಮ್ ಮೀ, ಟೂ ಕಾರ್ಬನ್ ಈಥ್, ತ್ರೀ ಕಾರ್ಬನ್ ಪ್ರೋ, ಫೋರ್ ಕಾರ್ಬನ್ ಬ್ಯೂಟ್, ಫೈವ್ ಕಾರ್ಬನ್ ಪೆಂಟ್, ಸಿಕ್ಸ್ ಕಾರ್ಬನ್ ಹೆಕ್ಸ್. Okay, so if you remember this, it will be easy for you to name all the organic compounds. So moving ahead, name of functional group. So how to name the functional group? For which suffix has to be added, for which prefix has to be added, that we need to know. So let us know that. So name of the functional group. If the functional group is chlorine, bromine or fluorine, or even we can add iodine. Okay, even if it is iodine, we call it as halogen anta karitivi, right? Halogen. When it is halogen, its name will be as prefix. For halogen, name will be as prefix. Okay, what should be the prefix? Chloro if chlorine is there, bromo if bromine is there, fluoro if fluorine is there, iodo if iodine is there. Okay, now if the functional group is OH, that is alcohol, then it is used as suffix. It is used as suffix. If aldehyde is there, CHO, it's also used suffix. ಏನಂತ suffix? So alcohol ಆದ್ರೆ OL suffix. So aldehyde ಆದ್ರೆ AL suffix. AL suffix. And if it is carboxylic acid, COOH, then the suffix is oic acid. Suffix is oic acid. And one more that I have not given here, ketone, which will be CO. Okay, then it will be as ONE, on. ONE, on. Again as suffix. Suffix. Okay, so ಎಲ್ಲದು ಸಫಿಕ್ಸ್, ನಾಲ್ಕು ಸಫಿಕ್ಸ್, ಒನ್ ಮಾತ್ರ ಪ್ರಿಫಿಕ್ಸ್ ಹ್ಯಾಲೋಜನ್. ಕ್ಲೋರೋ ಬ್ರೋಮೋ ಮತ್ತೆ ಫ್ಲೋರೋ ಮಾತ್ರ ಪ್ರಿಫಿಕ್ಸ್, ಇನ್ನೆಲ್ಲದನ್ನು ಸಫಿಕ್ಸ್. ಅಂಡ್ ಇಫ್ ಯು ಸಿ ಹಿಯರ್, ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಸಫಿಕ್ಸ್ OL, alcohol starts with O, OL, and aldehyde A, OL, carboxylic acid, oic acid, O, OL, ketone, on, OL. ಸೊ ಎಲ್ಲದೂ OL. ಸೊ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು, ಆಲ್ಕೇನಿನ ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಇ ನ ತೆಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಇದನ್ನ ಆಡ್. ಗಾಟ್ ಇಟ್? ಶಾಲ್ ಐ ಮೂವ್ ಅಹೆಡ್? So now let's try to name the organic compound with lot many examples. So here is an organic compound, right? Look at the number of carbon compounds. So before that, ಯಾವುದು ಕಾರ್ಬನ್ ಆಟಮ್, ಯಾವುದು ಹೈಡ್ರೋಜನ್ ಆಟಮ್ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗಬೇಕಲ್ಲ. Black color is carbon atoms. So count the number of carbon atoms. You can see here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 carbon atoms. And hydrogen is this gray color is hydrogen. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. And red is there. Red is for oxygen atom. So idu oxygen, idu H. So if I write the names, it goes like this. First one CH3, CH3, ಮೂರಿದೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಒನ್ CH, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಏನ್ ಅಟ್ಯಾಚ್ ಆಗಿದೆ, CH ಗೆ ಏನ್ ಅಟ್ಯಾಚ್ ಆಗಿದೆ, CH ಗೆ it is CH is attached with OH. OH. You can see O is red, H is again grey color. Then CH aito, then here CH2. CH2, then we have CH2, CH2, then again we have CH2, then we have CH3. So total, first we need to count number of carbon atoms. How many number of carbon atoms? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 carbon atoms are there. So first rule, identify the number of carbon atoms. So we have identified the number of carbon atoms, 6. 6 means its name starts with hex. Hex, right? Now, second rule, identify the functional group. Any functional group is there, find out if it is to be added as prefix or suffix. Yes, there is a functional group and the functional group is OH and it should be added as prefix or suffix. It should be added as suffix. So last ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹಾಕಬೇಕು hex ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ OL ಅಂತ ಹಾಕಬೇಕು. ಹೌದಲ್ವಾ? OL ಪ್ಲಸ್ ಹಾಕಿ ಬರೆದಿಟ್ಕೊಂಡಿದೀವಿ. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ moving ahead, next rule, identify number of bonds between carbon atoms. Carbon to carbon bonds, elladunu single bond. Illi one single, ella single bonds. Single bonds andre name should end with hex. Name should end with ANE. Hex plus ANE. Plus ANE. Alva? So, plus ON. ANE plus, let me write here again, hex because 6 carbon atom plus ANE because single bond, OL because alcohol is present. Now what we need to do, we need to remove this E from ANE and we should write the name, it is hexanol. ಹೆಕ್ಸೆನಾಲ್ ಗೊತ್ತಾಯ್ತಾ ಮಕ್ಕಳೇ ಹೇಗೆ ಅಂತ ಈನ ತೆಗೆದ್ವಿ OL ನ ಹಾಕಿದ್ವಿ ಹೆಕ್ಸ್ ಯಾಕೆ 6 ಇದೆ OL ಯಾಕೆ ಆಲ್ಕೋಹಾಲ್ ಇದೆ got it shall I move ahead so this is one example hexanol next example here we have again one skeletal structure I have given find the number of carbon atoms 4 is there okay and in that 4, all are hydrogen. One hydrogen is been removed and it's been added by OH. Okay, OH bandu kurta ide. So, identify the number of carbon atoms. 4 carbon atoms. If 4 carbon atom is there, then it's called as bute. Then, identify the functional group. OH is the functional group. Suffix or prefix? Suffix. What should be the suffix? OL. ನೀವು ಇದನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ನೀವೇ ಗೆಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದೀರಾ ಅನ್ಕೋತೀನಿ identify number of bonds between carbon atoms madhye iro bonds ellanu it is single bond so the name goes 4 carbon irodakke bute plus carbon single bond irodakke ane plus alcohol irodakke OL so I should remove E from ane and the names becomes butanol because 4 carbon atom is there. Got it children? ಗೊತ್ತಾಯ್ತಾ ನಿಮಗೆ? So OH ಇದ್ದಾಗ it is butanol. Moving ahead, ಇನ್ನೊಂದು example. Yeah. Here 2 carbon atoms are there. 2 carbon atoms means its name starts with eth, right? Carbon single bond ಇದೆ. ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ next ನೋಡೋಣ. Hydrogen ಹೋಯಿತು ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾರು ಬರ್ತಾರೆ ನೋಡೋಣ that's very important so CHO has come right when CHO has come it is ಈ ಕಾರ್ಬನ್ ಅನ್ನು ಕೌಂಟ್ ಆಗಿ ತಗೋಬೇಕು ಮಕ್ಕಳೇ CHO ಇದು ಫಂಕ್ಷನಲ್ ಗ್ರೂಪ್ ಬಟ್ ಈ ಕಾರ್ಬನ್ ಅನ್ನು ಕೌಂಟ್ ಆಗಿ ತಗೊಂಡು 1 2 3 ಅಂತ ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಸೊ 3 ಕಾರ್ಬನ್ ಆಟಮ್ಸ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ರೂಲ್ಸ್ ಬೇಡ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗ್ಬಿಡ್ತು ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಲ್ಲ ಸೊ 3 ಕಾರ್ಬನ್ ಆಟಮ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅದು ಪ್ರೋ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಕಾರ್ಬನ್ ಮಧ್ಯೆ ಸಿಂಗಲ್ ಬಾಂಡ್ ಇದೆಯೋ ಡಬಲ್ ಬಾಂಡ್ ಇದೆಯೋ ಕಾರ್ಬನ್ ಮಧ್ಯೆ ಎಲ್ಲದು ಸಿಂಗಲ್ ಬಾಂಡ್ ಸೊ ಎ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಫಂಕ್ಷನಲ್ ಗ್ರೂಪ್ CHO ಫಂಕ್ಷನಲ್ ಗ್ರೂಪ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಯಾವುದು? ಆಲ್ಡಿಹೈಡ್. ಆಲ್ಡಿಹೈಡ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಸಫಿಕ್ಸು ಪ್ರಿಫಿಕ್ಸು? ಸಫಿಕ್ಸ್. ಏನ್ ಸಫಿಕ್ಸು? AL. ಸೊ ನೇಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಾನು ನ ತೆಗೆದ್ರೆ, ರಿಮೂವ್ then the name become propanol. ಪ್ರೊಪೆನಾಲ್ ಆಯ್ತದ. ಗೊತ್ತಾಯ್ತಾ? ಸೊ ರೂಲ್ಸ್ ಇಲ್ದೇನೆ ನೀವು ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಮಾಡಬಹುದು. ಐಡೆಂಟಿಫೈ ದ ನಂಬರ್ ಆಫ್ ಕಾರ್ಬನ್ ಆಟಮ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ. ಫೈಂಡ್ ದ ಫಂಕ್ಷನಲ್ ಗ್ರೂಪ್ಸ್ ಆಯ್ತು. ದೆನ್ ಐಡೆಂಟಿಫೈ ನಂಬರ್ ಆಫ್ ಕಾರ್ಬನ್ ಆಟಮ್ಸ್ ನಂಬರ್ ಆಫ್ ಬಾಂಡ್ಸ್ ಬಿಟ್ವೀನ್ ಕಾರ್ಬನ್ ಆಟಮ್. ಸೊ ಹೀಗೆ ಮಕ್ಕಳೇ ಸಿಂಪಲ್ ಆಗಿ ರೂಲ್ಸ್ ನೆನ್ಪಿಟ್ಕೊಂಡು ವಿ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಟ್ರೈ ಟು ಆನ್ಸರ್. Okay, we have still more examples. Here I have so many images. You should name them. Okay, so many images are there. Let's try to name them. Here 1 2 3 4 5 6 carbon atoms. Correct? 6 carbon atom ಇದೆ. 6 carbon atom ಅಂದ್ರೆ hex plus ಕಾರ್ಬನ್ ಆಟಮ್ಸ್ ಮಧ್ಯೆ ಸಿಂಗಲ್ ಬಾಂಡ್ ಇದೆಯೋ ಡಬಲ್ ಬಾಂಡ್ ಇದೆಯೋ? ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡಿ, 2 ಬಾಂಡ್ ಇದೆ ಮಕ್ಕಳೇ. ಮಧ್ಯೆ ಪಿಂಕ್ ಕಾಣಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದೆಲ್ಲ, ಗ್ಯಾಪ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ 2 ಬಾಂಡ್ಸ್ ಆದ. ಹಿಯರ್ 1 ಬಾಂಡ್, ಹಿಯರ್ 1 ಬಾಂಡ್, ಹಿಯರ್ 1 ಬಾಂಡ್, ಹಿಯರ್ 1 ಬಾಂಡ್. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಡಬಲ್ ಬಾಂಡ್ ಇದೆ. ಡಬಲ್ ಬಾಂಡ್ ಇದೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಈನ್. ಕರೆಕ್ಟಾ? ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್, ಯಾವ್ದಾದ್ರು ಫಂಕ್ಷನಲ್ ಗ್ರೂಪ್ ಇದೆಯಾ? ನೋ ಫಂಕ್ಷನಲ್ ಗ್ರೂಪ್. ಎಲ್ಲದೂ ಇರೋದು ಆಕ್ಸಿಜನ್ ಆಟಮ್ಸ್ ಮಾತ್ರ. ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಈಸ್ ಹೆಕ್ಸೀನ್. This is hexene. ಗೊತ್ತಾಯ್ತಾ? ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಇಮೇಜ್ ತೋರಿಸ್ತೀನಿ. Here this is carbon atoms, red is oxygen and white is hydrogen. Okay, so name ನೋಡೋಣ. ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಕಾರ್ಬನ್ ಆಟಮ್ಸ್ ಎಷ್ಟಿದೆ? 1 2 3 ಕಾರ್ಬನ್ ಆಟಮ್ಸ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಪ್ರೋ. ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್? ಪ್ರೋಪ್ ಆಯ್ತು. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಫಂಕ್ಷನಲ್ ಗ್ರೂಪ್ ಯಾವುದು? ಅದಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಮುಂಚೆ ಕಾರ್ಬನ್ ಟು ಕಾರ್ಬನ್ ಸಿಂಗಲ್ ಬಾಂಡ್, ಡಬಲ್ ಬಾಂಡ್. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಸಿಂಗಲ್, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಸಿಂಗಲ್. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕಾರ್ಬನ್ ಟು ಆಕ್ಸಿಜನ್ ಡಬಲ್ ಬಾಂಡ್ ಇದೆ. ದಟ್ಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ದ ಮ್ಯಾಟರ್. ಕಾರ್ಬನ್ ಟು ಕಾರ್ಬನ್ ಸಿಂಗಲ್ ಬಾಂಡ್ ಇದೆ. ಸೊ ಎ. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕಾರ್ಬನ್ ಡಬಲ್ ಬಾಂಡ್ O, ಸಿಂಗಲ್ ಬಾಂಡ್ OH. ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ COOH. COOH means carboxylic acid. It is added as suffix, that is oic acid. Oic acid. So the name is propanoic acid because I have removed this E from A. And here it is C, it is O, it is OH. COOH means carboxylic acid. Got it? This is second image, propanoic acid. Then CH3, C triple bond C, CH3. How many carbons are there? 4 carbons. Okay. Any functional group is there? No functional group. But carbon to carbon bond is triple bond. So ಹೆಸರು ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ? You should find out. ಟ್ರಿಬಲ್ ಬಾಂಡ್ ಇದ್ರೆ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಆಲ್ಕೈನ್. ಸೊ ಎಷ್ಟು ಕಾರ್ಬನ್ ಇದೆ? 4 carbon. Try to name it. Okay, I have given a lot of hint. Next, here we have another image. Okay, how many carbons are there? 1 2 3 4 5 6 carbons are there. ಇದನ್ನ ನಾನು ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ನೇಮ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಕೊಡ್ತೀನಿ. ಓಕೆನಾ? ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಡಿಫ್ರೆಂಟ್ ಆಗಿದೆ. ನೇಮ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಕೊಡ್ತೀನಿ. ಫೈನ್. ಸೊ 1 2 3 4 5 6 carbon is there. So hex. Right? Next, carbon single bond ಇದೆಯೋ ಡಬಲ್ ಬಾಂಡ್ ಇದೆಯೋ? 1 single double, again single. So double ಇದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ene. Right? Next, any functional group is there? Yes, here is a functional group, double bond O. Double bond O means C double bond O, that is for ketone, which is used as suffix ONE. Right? Ega, I should remove this E from ene and add ONE. So it is HEXENONE, hexenon. Hexenon ಮಕ್ಕಳೇ. ಅದು ಯಾಕೆ hexenon ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಡಬಲ್ ಬಾಂಡ್ ಇದೆ. ನಾಟ್ hexeno, it is hexenon. Got it? So one more image. Here ಗ್ರೇ ಕಲರ್ ಐಟಮ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಕಾರ್ಬನ್. ಮಿಡಲ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇರೋದು ಇದು ಕಾರ್ಬನ್, ಇದು ಕಾರ್ಬನ್. ಇವು 3 ಹೈಡ್ರೋಜನ್, ಇವೆರಡು ಹೈಡ್ರೋಜನ್. ಆಕ್ಸಿಜನ್, ಹೈಡ್ರೋಜನ್. ಸೊ ನಾನು ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಅದು ಯಾವ್ಯಾವ್ದು ಆಟಮ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಬರೀತೀನಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ. ಇದು H ಹೈಡ್ರೋಜನ್, ಇದು ಹೈಡ್ರೋಜನ್, ಇದು ಹೈಡ್ರೋಜನ್, this is carbon, this is carbon, this is hydrogen, this is hydrogen, this is oxygen, this is hydrogen. ಅಂದ್ರೆ OH group ಇದೆ. You should name it. I'm not naming it. You are naming it. Okay. So I have left this to name and this to name. One more last image for you to name. So here is another image. Another image. You can try naming it. Find out number of carbon atoms. So how many atoms are there? One carbon, another carbon, third one, fourth one, fifth one. Okay, 5 carbon. ಉಳಿದೆಲ್ಲ ಹೈಡ್ರೋಜನ್, ಇದು ಮಾತ್ರ ಆಕ್ಸಿಜನ್ OH. ಇದು ಹೈಡ್ರೋಜನ್ OH. ಸೊ OH ಗ್ರೂಪ್ ಇದೆ, ಬಟ್ ಎಷ್ಟು ಕಾರ್ಬನ್ ಇದೆ ಅದರ ಬೇಸಿಸ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಕಾರ್ಬನ್ ಟು ಕಾರ್ಬನ್ ಬಾಂಡ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ನೋಡಿಕೊಂಡು ಯು ನೀಡ್ ಟು ನೇಮ್ ಇಟ್. Okay, so this is about nomenclature, which is very very important and very easy if you remember the rules. Okay, so hope I made you understand the nomenclature with ease, right? I'll catch you up soon with another short video about another concept of the chapter. We're almost finished half of the chapter. So sooner I'll be back with another video. Keep waiting, keep watching my videos, try to understand the concepts much better, and please share, subscribe, like, and comment over my videos. Thank you.